Legendary Commander Swap is an event that will allow us to exchange commander skill level to a new one. And here is how you can make the most out of this event. So I recently did my commander swap after our KVK2 and I got to swap my 5531 Charles Martel to Liu Che, and it is now almost expertise at 5554. And I'm pretty sure I will get him expertise soon since we will have Karuak Ceremony and More Than Gems event that will give a lot of legendary commander sculpture. And my second swap is actually Elcid at 5311 and I swap him with King Arthur. I chose King Arthur as he will be the secondary commander for my second march, and I will pair him with Huo QB that I will get later in my KVK3. So now that you know how my swap goes, we will now talk about how I got them since I was still in KVK2 and I have no access to Season of Conquest commanders. And the answer to that is this event here called the Gathering of Heroes event. Now this event allows us to summon Season of Conquest commanders with certain amount of points. The first summon that you will make will require 100 points and all of the next summons will be 500 points each. And commanders are divided by 3 phases. At phase 0, there is commanders like King Arthur, Philip, and the other that is shown here. And to actually summon phase 1 commanders like Liu Che, QB, or Zhuge Liang, which is the commanders that you probably want to swap with, you need to summon 2 commanders at phase 0 first. So in total, you really need 1100 points to summon any of them, and if you want 2 commanders in this phase, you need 1600 and so on. And for the phase 2 commanders, it is pretty much impossible to get since you need to summon 10 commanders in phase 0 and phase 1 first, unless you are a whale that can spend a ton of gems and speed up for this event. So how can we get those points to summon commanders? First, there is the daily task that will give us 18 points per day if you finish all of them. And since this event lasts for 5 days, we will receive a total of 90 points from doing the daily task. The daily task is quite simple. You just need to log in and you will get 2 points. Defeating 100 barbarians will give us 10 points and gathering 2 million resources will give 6 points. And even after doing all of that, we won't even have enough points to summon 1 commander. So the rest of the points will come from the other tasks such as the repeatable quest and from the challenge quest. Mainly, all of the points will come from the repeatable quest, and this requires us to spend a lot of gems or speed ups. But first, let's take a look at the challenge quest first. Logging in for 5 days will give us 10 points. Spending 10,000 gems gives 20 points, and spending 50,000 gems gives us another 100 points. And the last one is increasing troop power by 600,000, and that will give us another 100 points. So even if we did all of the daily quest and challenge quest, it will only give us a total of 320 points. But since you already spent 50,000 gems on this event, you can automatically claim 750 more points from the repeatable quest to spend gems, and that will give us a total of 1070 points. And that is still not enough to claim phase 1 commander. So for the rest, you need to spend some speed ups to get up to 1100 points, since using speed ups is also repeatable. Now, you probably don't want to spend 50,000 gems here, especially if you are a free-to-play. So you will have to calculate how many speed ups and how many gems you can spend for this event. So for me, I trained 50,000 infantry and 20,000 each for cavalry, archer, and siege. And that actually allows me to finish the 600,000 troop power. And you might actually want to do that too to get the 100 points from this task. The rest of my points are from spending gems and using speed ups. In total, I used 20,000 gems, and for speed ups, I actually don't exactly know how many, but mainly I use training speed ups, building speed ups, and research speed ups. Make sure to check your speed ups and gems for this event. So the next question that you probably have is when you will get this event. And it is right after you finish your KVK 2. And for people that is in KVK 3 and Season of Conquest, you probably have done this event already and you won't get this again since this is a one-time event only. Now for people that is returning and haven't logged in since this event was released, you can actually get this event if you return to the game even if you are in KVK 3 or Season of Conquest. Another question that you probably have is who should you swap with? First, if you are infantry, Liu Che is the #1 priority for swap. I'm not too sure on William Wallace's future but he works well with Liu Che for now, so he is probably your second swap for this event. CPO Prime should actually be the best swap too, but since getting him in the event will be hard, he is out of question for now. Next, for cavalry, it should be Ho Chu Bing and King Arthur. They are probably the best cavalry march right now in the meta. And for archers, it is Zhuge Liang and Hermann Prime. And for the most important question is the cost of the swap. You can refer to this image in your screen for the most optimized swap cost. But to make it simple, an expertise commander swap to a 1000 commander will cost 120 tickets. But if you make that commander to 2111, it will now only cost 72 tickets. And that is actually okay if you want to do a second swap, since free-to-play can only buy 120 tickets and the rest will require you to buy some bundles. Now for my swap, I actually had a big discount for my second swap. It was supposed to cost 32 tickets but I tried to upgrade my King Arthur to 1111 and the swap cost is lowered to only 12. So make sure to try that first and save some gems for the ticket cost. And by the way, the ticket cost is 100 gems each and you can only buy a maximum of 120 tickets using gems. For the other 120 tickets, you have to buy bundles to actually get them, and that will cost you some money. And lastly, for the question that you want to ask me for this event is why I didn't swap my Alex. And the answer to that is I really like how LC Alex works in the field in Season of Conquest. LC Alex is probably the best march right now and the only competition is Huo Arthur. And here is some proof to that. Now I've played this in Season of Conquest and LC Alex still has the best skill point ratio and has the highest skill points gained. Things might change with the next infantry release that is coming very soon. But I still really like LC Alex and will probably keep that march for a long time. So those probably answered most of your questions for the Commander Swap event. But if you still have any questions, don't hesitate to ask in the comment section and I will happily answer every question that you have for me. For this event, getting the points to summon the commander that you want is the hardest part, and going without a plan will nuke your progress. So make sure to be ready and save those gems and speed ups. Thank you for watching and see you for the next one.